Sometimes in life, it's not about chasing perfection. It's learning to put yourself first. And former reality TV star, respected physician, entrepreneur, wife, and mom, Dr. Tiffany Moon is stepping into a new chapter with her book, Joy Prescriptions. It's a heartfelt guide that blends her personal journey with practical advice for finding fulfillment and balance in everyday life. And of course, she joins us this morning to share how her story can help you discover more joy, more confidence, and success on your own terms. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think my first question for you, especially with a title such as Joy Prescriptions, how do you define joy?
You know, I always say that having a joyful life means cultivating gratitude, laughter, and connection, and building the kind of life that you don't feel like you need to escape from.
Ooh, I like that. I like that because I think a lot of the times life gets real, right?
Yes.
And you feel like you want to run away, but having a plan set up almost for yourself, a mental health plan to make sure that you stay in the right headspace is so important. Now, how did you learn to break free from perfectionism and truly live for yourself, especially because you're in the spotlight? I'm sure that's very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not like I flipped a light switch one day and I'm like, oh, I no longer care what people think. Like, I'm going to live life authentically and show. No, it was years of therapy and working with an executive coach, reading a lot of books, listening to podcasts. It was a joy journey in rediscovering who I was because I found out that external achievements aren't going to fill my cup. So I need to figure out what really makes my soul feel nourished.
You know what? I like that you say that because of the simple fact that as a child of a Chinese immigrant family, what kinds of cultural expectations, I'm sure there's a few that come with that, that were maybe automatically set to you, that were already kind of pushed on you regarding your career or your family. So how did you push through that?
You know, look, I have a Chinese mom. One of my friends is a Nigerian mom, and I'm like, we have the same mom.
Yeah.
It's the immigrant mentality because our parents sacrificed so much to come to America, start a new life, learn a new language, because they wanted us to have more opportunities, right? Like that is the American dream. And so I think a lot of that comes with the weight of needing to make their sacrifices worth it.
Right.
So you try to go to the right schools, get the right degrees, hang the right things on the wall. And then somewhere in your midlife, you're like, wait a second, that's not what really makes me feel fulfilled.
I like that because of the simple fact that I think sometimes it's hard to be real with yourself, right? Because you, like you said, you want to make your parents proud, but like you said, halfway through, you're like, do I even like this? Do I even want to be a part of this? You know what I mean? And so has that changed your outlook on success?
Yeah, I think it has changed my definition of success to not be from external achievements, but like how you show up every day. Do you show up in your full expression of yourself? Do you live with joy? Do you have meaningful connections? Do you laugh every day? Like these are the parameters by which I now define success and not necessarily how many degrees I have on the wall.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I'm saying that to everything, but I feel like I'm saying it because like I can actually apply it to my life. And I think that's the whole point of the book, right? Is for people to read that so that they can apply these things to themselves so that we can have a little freedom within ourselves, within our own mind as well. And so tell me, what did the birth of your twins, what did that teach you about combating anxiety and the need for control?
Oh my gosh, as a person who is a control freak, I mean, I'm an anesthesiologist, right? So like, I'm really a control freak. And then I had struggles with infertility. 6 weeks before my twins were born, I was put on bed rest. And then 6 weeks after my twins were born, I was back at the hospital full-time taking call, working, pumping in between surgeries.
Oh my gosh.
It was wild. And really what it taught me is that like you absolutely cannot control everything in life. I really had to, you know, like pry my fingers off of controlling it. I had to like give it to God and just let what needed to happen instead of trying to control everything so tightly.
You know, and I think that's where faith comes in, right?
Yes.
You have to lean on the Lord, and whatever He wants to happen will happen, and whatever is meant for you, maybe it's already got your name on it. And so what was the turning point, do you think, in your career where you realized, okay, I need to make this drastic change between life and work-life balance almost?
I think I was missing a lot of the precious moments in my kids' life. I missed their first words. I missed their first steps. I came home at 5 from the OR every day, absolutely exhausted. You know, the toddlers want to run around, play, be silly, and I just wanted to sit down and not do. And I was like, wait, I am not showing up as the kind of mother that I want to be for these children. Yeah, and I'm like, for what? You know?
And I think a lot of the times that, like you said, your career, you're so career driven and so focused, and then you have a life change such as having twins, and you're like, oh my gosh, this doesn't deserve all of my time. And I think that's a great place to be in. I think you're in a very healthy place, and I hope that other people will read this book and find themselves in the same healthy place as well. So tell me, where can people find it?
So you can find the book anywhere books are sold or at joyprescriptions.com, and you can follow me at Tiffany Moon MD.
There we go. It's all there. Thank you so much for sharing your joy this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.